Today's news includes major tariff announcements in only a few hours since today is Donald Trump's Liberation Day. Markets will be quite volatile as well, and in that regard, Fungstrat's co-founder Tom Lee is raising a significant bullish signal for today. In a recent CNBC interview, he said the markets are highly oversold at the moment, and Trump's tariff announcements will provide much more clarity. Thus, Tom Lee is predicting an impending market turnaround in stocks and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and hence a significant XRP market reversal as well. Of course, that's great news. Listen very closely. You know, part of this was Bitcoin seasonally was just not going to be appealing until after March ends. Now we are at last leaving March. So I believe the calendar is improving not only in appearance but also, as you indicate, Fed and central banks are relaxing QTs, concluding. Positive Washington sort of tailwinds, in my opinion, suggest that Bitcoin could perform well until the end of the year. Obviously, it doesn't feel this way since futures came under pressure over the weekend, but we know the markets are quite oversold. Investors have done a lot of de-risking, we know. This week, I believe until April 2nd, 3 items occupy investors' minds. One is they simply lack knowledge of the appearance of the tariffs. They have no idea whether it will harm the economy. Many, I believe, are simply somewhat afraid of White House policies, which comes in third. Post-Wednesday, I believe markets will have some visibility. That helps us to relieve some of the selling pressure. Yes, I believe it's conceivable that rather than us breaking down here and in observing markets under more pressure, we're really got the correct pie though into this. Now, full disclosure, Tom Lee the tourist is also well known for being a bullish indicator. He is constantly quite optimistic in the markets. He's always very green, which is good sometimes regardless of the situation, but it implies you must treat what we said as a grain of salt. He might simply be brilliant, that might be in bullish. Been saying that one thing he's correct about right now, totally right about, is that individuals like you and me as retailers are unduly anxious about the work and how they are now influencing the markets. What we should know is what they have accomplished for us thus far. Since Trump took office, investment pledges in the United States have come close to $3 trillion. Just for your knowledge, that's only 2 months back. This shows us the list of nations and businesses funding the United States under Trump's drive to reshore manufacturing keeps on expanding, with UAE accounting for half of that at $1.4 trillion, Saudi Arabia $600 billion, then Apple $500 billion, Nvidia, SoftBank, OpenAir and Taiwan, all doing $100 billion, Johnson & Johnson $55 billion, and so on and so forth. The total size of the declared investment since Trump took office on January 20th, 2025 is just over $2.8 trillion. All nations, organizations and people have so far invested much in America, and even better, this is only the start. We have more than $3 trillion coming into America, into stocks, into crypto, into XRP as well. Many businesses are now relocating to the United States, as Trump underlines. We have most likely found about $4 trillion worth of businesses either returning or about to return. Once more, that is only the start. Just 2 months into his term, we already see this kind of capital pouring back into America. Just consider what will happen after a year, 2 years, 3 years. He's got a 4-year long term, and this capital is pouring back into the market, into the economy, into America. That's going to help crypto out a lot. Also, let us not ignore Trump's position on cryptocurrency. His presidency is being confirmed as the world's crypto leader. Exactly what Senator Tommy Tuberville states in this interview are also verifying the crypto adoption is about to keep quickening. Listen again very closely. What Tommy Tuberville says here is now really fascinating, since Ripple's senior vice president of strategic initiatives also verifies exactly same thing about Ripple. They are experiencing an incredible number of requests to meet and cooperate with major institutions. We are not ready. Tommy is correct for the trillions of dollars of wealth that's about to hit these markets. You can follow me here at what.com/coin hyperfactory for more information on what I am personally doing in this particular bull run, keeping you all informed on what my moves and targets are, building realistic market expectations through institutional alpha research documents, while also actively trading the market and making money at the same time. We provide a 7-day free trial to give you a glimpse behind the curtains, and there is still a lot more to come. Once more, wap.com/coin hyperfactory links are down below in the description if you're interested. Without a doubt, the future is crypto, blockchain and tokenization, Larry Fink said in his public letter yesterday, which we also addressed in our video. Ripple and Larry Fink are obviously following, or maybe Larry Fink's version of what Ripple is stating as well. Clearly Ripple are leading and following these changes and the adoption, as well as Eric Van Miltenberg, Senior Vice President of Strategic Initiatives at Ripple, said the number of inbound requests we are receiving to meet with major organizations around tokenization products is just astounding. Very British against it. Pay close attention. European financial institutions, DBS, HSBC, BBVA, Switzerland, trust us to come in, not just provide custody, but also let them tokenize and assemble it all into one package. When some of the fragmentation we discuss is removed, scale will follow. We nearly want this to be rather dull. It ought to be very obvious. It's not like taking a front seat and you're really concentrating on the benefits, the actual utility the solution offers. Half the time you see a customer is spent just explaining the technology and why they shouldn't be concerned about it. Lacking that, it's a slog. I really think it is improving. Once more, the number of inbound requests we're receiving to meet with major institutions about tokenization products is simply amazing compared to a year ago. Being able to once more combine those items, I believe, will really help the actual scale to flourish. What's really going to let the real scale to flourish is in very kind of frictionless way. Once again, when Tom Lee is practically calling for a market reversal occurring today following Trump's terrorist announcement, he is also pointing out that XRP will probably experience a significant reversal as well, should it come to pass. Many organizations also appear to be getting ready for this reversal, for this approaching initiative is an outcome, if you will. As we can see from Jack the Ripper here, Dre King, Dre Skell, just yesterday, April 1st, files for digital large cap fund ETF with the SEC. XRP is just one of many index funds. These index funds can be approved and rebalanced as the relevant asset gains popularity, hence raising the current holdings of XRP could surely rise higher and higher once it becomes more popular and relevant. I believe it most surely will. But that's not all. It's what we can also observe in continuation that MasterCard just very recently has revealed they're constructing a blockchain-powered payment network, aiming at banks and consumers for seamless fiat to crypto transactions, which is very British news for XRP once again. What for? Given the many sources we have here verifying papers, Ripple's alliances, and ties to companies including MasterCard, we can observe here, MasterCard works with Ripple and Consensus, but Ripple is right there, as well as new network like RippleNet and MasterCard cross-border services. So once more connection, but the main one here is this here reaching out more with its tentacles. I discovered Ripple's FOMO Pay operating throughout Africa and Asia, in partnership not only with MasterCard, but also with China's WeChat page, which is really significant news since iPay is enormous. But naturally, once more we can observe MasterCost. MasterCost's announcement here about creating a blockchain power payment system for banks and consumers probably relates to rippling XRP as well. Once more I return to this piece to explain why I think Tom Lee is asking for a market reversal after the tariff announcement, and also why it's going to be quite significant for rippling XRP, since all these announcements and activities are now taking place around the tariff announcement, also running XRP once again. The mark appears to have the correct components for a bottom and reversal is approaching, thus also why even BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, has formally registered as a crypto asset company in the United Kingdom. All the smart money is getting ready for Liberation Day, which is today. Could be the beginning of an XRP price reversal. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, or better yet, come chill chat and learn much more in the CIF community. Coin Factory